is the bottom-up push, and is this and the reason you're here? Is it to prod them and to sort of kind of...
The beautiful thing about the process of climate change right now is that it is both a bottom-up and a top-down process that are occurring together at the same time.
But not everywhere, I guess.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
You think so?
I guarantee you that every country right now, every government is looking at and doing their homework and figuring out from an economic, political, and technical perspective what can they do to contribute. Because by March of next year, every country has to come to the United Nations, to the Framework Convention on Climate Change, and tell the world how much and how are they going to contribute to
But
the
then
solution.
they all sort of, they talk big, and when you get down to the talks, it's all about national interests and, the whole...
It has to be about national
but then
interest.
they think
It has to be about national interest because no government is going to go against their national interest. At the same time, it has to be global responsibility. So the challenge here is how do we get something that responds to national interest and responds to global responsibility at the same time. They cannot be pitted against each other or we'll never get out of here.
What's the answer? How do you get them to meet in the middle?
That's the process that we are actually working at, and I think that's very, very clear to governments that they need to do both.
And are you expecting any pledges on Tuesday from any national governments, or do you think it's too soon?
Let's see what they bring. It would be great if any of them can bring pledges, but they have never committed to that. What they committed is to bringing their pledges by March of 2015. That some of them might be ready 6 months ahead of time, I'm not entirely sure. But let's see, it'll be wonderful if we can be surprised by some.
And
March 2015 is the date that they gave themselves.
And what are you expecting by the end of Tuesday?
By the end of Tuesday, I expect that we will have had 3 messages delivered. The first, out of today, that we must address climate change. The second, out of tomorrow, which is the day in which the corporate and the financial sector are going to move forward, with the very bottom line message of we can address climate change.
For a price on carbon.
The third, and mobilization of capital. And the third message on Tuesday, we will address climate change from the governments.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you guys.